G'day guys, welcome to my Iron Splice feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 6 recap preview for 2021. Guys, let's get started. So the first match of this game, we see the Broncos going up against the Panthers. Now, in this game, what I did think about this match, absolutely splendid game of football by the Panthers. They were killing it out there with so many possessions that they would have had in that game. Really good defense by this team, the Panthers. I just didn't think that the Broncos were going to win, but they are a really good team. I know that they are struggling with players, injuries, stuff like that, but I understand how things work over like the Broncos area if they would have had that continuity of the team anyway. But in this game, what I did think about this match, really good effort by the Panthers. I just didn't think that the way they lacked defense was like not good, but Panthers were alright in that game. And like the Panthers in the first half, they were playing splendidly well, but I just didn't think that they played alright in the first half. But in the second half, they were coming out firing in that game, and they just really had a really good win in that match. But it was 20 points to 12 in that game. And yeah, a field goal, 2-pointer went to Nathan Cleary that kicked a field goal anyway. But let's have a look at the Broncos tries. What we have here is Tavita Pengai Jr. and Ethan Bellimore. Let's have a look at the Panthers tries. What we have here is Kurt Capewell, Matt Burton and Nathan Cleary. And my player of the game went to number 7 from the Penrith Panthers, Nathan Cleary. I think he had a wonderful game and really put a splintering work out there to kick a 2-point field goal to make it 20 points to 12 anyway, and well done from the Panthers for making a really good win. The next game of that match, we see the Knights going up against the Sharks. Now, in this game, what I did think about this match, really, it was quite a bit of a Knights vs Sharks battle, and it's like kind of, for example, that I didn't think in this game that it was going to be an okay match, but apparently this was a bit like weird. Kalen Ponga did vomit on the field, I think because of that tackle. It made him a bit of crook of a mess by him. But anyway, Kalen Ponga in that match did really well in that game, and I did think that he was playing a really good game of this match anyway. But yeah, he was playing a splintering game of football in that game. But the Sharks, they were coming out firing and they were putting pressure on the Newcastle Knights. But the Knights, a couple of weeks back, when I was there vlogging that game, they were on edge and they didn't really execute very well. And a couple of weeks later, they were alright, but since they lost Mitchell Pearce, and obviously Kurt Mann, they've lost, I think, Daniel Saifiti, and obviously Tex Hoy. They were really shocking and didn't really execute very well, but anyway, what can you do? But it was 26 points to 22 and a really close game of an effort, but the Newcastle Knights just made it a really good win anyway. But let's have a look at the Sharks tries. What we have here is Jesse Ramian, Britton Nakora, Connor Tracy and Mawini Hiroti. Let's have a look at the Knights tries. What we have here is Kalen Ponga that scored 2 tries, Mitch Barnett, Kurt Mann and Brody Jones. And certainly my player of the game went to number 17 from the Newcastle Knights, Brody Jones. The next game of that match, we see the Storm going up against the Roosters. Now, in this game, what I did think about this match, that it really did play a part in this game. But the Roosters, though, they weren't really okay. Since they lost Luke Keary, though, I just didn't think that in this game the Roosters didn't play as really good as they usually do. But since they lost Luke Keary, though, I just didn't think that in this match it was going to be a crucial effort by them. Plus, I think Brett Morris got injured. I did hear a little bit of rumour that Brett Morris did hurt himself, but I didn't think he was injured. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not 100% sure about it. But anyway, obviously the birds are coming near me. But yeah, sorry about the birds, ladies and gents. Just obviously out in the park area. But anyway, the Roosters, though, they were really lacking defence. They weren't really playing really good football as they usually do. But the Roosters are a really good team, though, and I just didn't think that the Roosters didn't obviously win that game anyway. But anyway, though, the Melbourne Storm played a really good game of football, and I just didn't think that the Storm were going to put so many points on the Roosters anyway. Well, let's have a look at the Storm's tries anyway. So what we have here is Jerome Hughes, Brian Pappenhausen, and Harry Grant. Let's have a look at the Roosters' tries. But the only try that basically scored in that game was Matt Ikuvalu. And my player of the game certainly went to number 1 from the Melbourne Storm, Ryan Pappenhausen. The next game of that match, we see the Sea Eagles going up against the Titans. Now, in this game, though, what I did think about this match, the Titans, they were really shocking, really playing soft, but they were playing hard. I didn't think that they were going to win since Tom Trbojevic was coming back, obviously from the injury that he had. But it was 36 points to 0, and well done from the Manly Sea Eagles. Credit to them. They obviously thought themselves very, very hard. But the Manly Sea Eagles, coming off like a couple of weeks of losing, I just didn't think that they were going to lose in this game, because obviously Tom Trbojevic really played a very good game in that match. But yeah, the Titans, they were just soft, terrible, and really didn't play a part in that game. But let's have a look at the Manly Sea Eagles tries anyway. So what we have here is Brad Parker, Ruben Garrick that scored 2 tries, Tom Trbojevic and Jason Saab that scored 2 tries anyway. And my player of the game went to number 2 from the Manly Sea Eagles. This guy was absolutely on fire, scoring 2 tries from the Manly Sea Eagles, Jason Saab. I didn't think he was going to have a good game, but he obviously did. A couple of weeks back, he didn't really play a really good game. Like a couple of games, he didn't really play as well. But in this game, really did benefit him. And I just didn't think that Jason Saab was going to have a great game, but he obviously did, scoring 2 tries in that match anyway. But yeah, the Titans, though, I just didn't think that in this game, for them, they were going to make a try and going to make a really good effort in that match. But anyway, well done from the Manly Sea Eagles for making a really good effort against the Titans, 36 points to 0 anyway. The next game of that match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against the West Tigers. So 18 points to 14 in this game. The Rabbitohs in the first half, they were all right in that game. They were quite a bit. They were quite a bit like soft in that match, but in the second half, though, they were all right in that game, and I just didn't think in this match that they were going to play a really good game, but they obviously did. And I cannot believe this. 40 metres out in the second half, I think it was second half or first half, Adam Reynolds kicks a field goal, a 2-point field goal in the 40-metre line. And or obviously, like, I think it was behind that anyway. But, well done from him. 2-point field goal. Absolutely splendouring player this guy is. 18-14, the scoreline. The scoreline in that match I thought the West Tigers were going to win in that game. But the last try, Tom Burgess, the last try, I didn't think it was going to be a try, but when he had his fingers on the ball, but obviously knocked it on after, that was a try. Because obviously he had his fingers on the ball, on the side of the ball, but then obviously the refs didn't think that was going to be a try. But obviously Luke Brooks apparently think that it was a try, like for the other end, that he was obviously going to make a winning try anyway for their team, but apparently it wasn't. But yeah, let's have a look at the West Tigers tries. What we have here is Dane Laurie and Luke Garner. And let's have a look at the Rabbitohs tries. What we have here is Cameron Murray, Dane Gagai, and Tom Burgess. And my player of the game went to number 7 from the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Adam Reynolds. The next game of that match, we see the Raiders going up against the Eels. My Parramatta Eels. I just didn't think in this game that the Eels were going to win in that match, and they certainly did. I just didn't think in this match, though, the Eels were going to win in that match. And certainly, in my opinion, though, the Parramatta Eels were just absolutely killing it out there with 35 points to 10 in that scoreline. Usually, every single time I see the Parramatta Eels play against Raiders at Raiders' home ground, the Eels get thrashed. And last time I see the Raiders play against the Eels, it was 19 points to 6 last year in that game. But the Parramatta Eels, the first time I've ever seen this scoreline, 35 points to 0, with I think Mitchell Moses kicking that field goal anyway. And that game was basically a very splendouring game, and obviously the Raiders didn't really play a good match. But apparently, though, the Raiders were fuming after that game anyway, but I felt so sorry for them because I didn't think the Eels were going to win in that game. But anyway, let's have a look at the Raiders tries. What we have here is Jordan Rapana and George Williams. Let's have a look at the Eels tries. What we have here is Isaiah Papali'i that scored 2 tries, Marco Sevo, Sean Lane, Reid Marnie, and Clint Gutherson. And my player of the game went to number 15 from the Parramatta Eels, Isaiah Papali'i. I think he had a wonderful game. I just didn't think that he was going to score 2 tries in that match. Splendouring work from him, splendouring work from the Parramatta Eels, and splendouring work from the team. I just didn't think that he was going to make a really good effort to score 2 tries. Really didn't see him, I don't really see him scoring tries, but for him, scoring 2 tries, excellent work from him. The next game of that match, we see the Dragons going up against the Warriors. Now, in this game, the Warriors made an absolute upset in that game. 20 points to 14. Excuse me. But in this game, the Dragons, they were playing a very good match in the first half, but then the Warriors in the second half, they were just absolutely coming out firing in that game. And I just didn't think in this game that the Warriors were going to cause an upset. And obviously for this game, though, which I didn't think in that match, it was going to be a splintering game of football by this team, the Warriors. And usually, though, they come off a loss, then come off a win, then come off a loss, then come off a win. And for my continuity in this game, it was very average and very tight of a game. And I didn't think in this match that the Warriors that were going to win, but obviously they did, and well done from them anyway. But let's have a look at the Dragons tries anyway. So what we have here is Cody Ramsey, Michaeli Ravalawa, and Matt Duffy. Let's have a look at the Warriors tries. So what we have here is Tohu Harris, Paul Turner, and Roger Tuafasa-Shik. And my player of the game obviously went to number 1 from the Dragons, Matt Duffy anyway. I just think he had a wonderful game. Just didn't really equalise a good finish, but he obviously killed it out there, and he's just a fast player that just really gets the job done. And yeah, credit to him for making a really good effort of himself for scoring a try, but unlucky for a loss. But yeah, it was obviously a tight game for him and for the Dragons anyway, but I just didn't think that the Warriors were going to win and cause an upset anyway, but it was obviously 20 points to 14 in that game anyway. And last but certainly not least, we see the Cowboys going up against the Bulldogs. Now, okay, this game, which I didn't think in this match that Bulldogs, they were coming out firing in the first half in that match. But in this game, like, I think they were leading 18-6 in the half time, or 10-6 in half time. No, actually, sorry, 6 points to 6. 6 all half time anyway. But the Bulldogs, they were really coming out firing in that match, which I didn't think that the Bulldogs, they were obviously going to get a win, but they obviously didn't. But in this match, 30 points to 18 in that game, really splendid work by the Cowboys, and I just didn't think that the Cowboys were going to win. Usually the Cowboys aren't really a really good team at the moment, but I just didn't think in this game that the Cowboys, they were going to make a really good effort, but they obviously did, and they were coming out firing anyway. But yeah, splendid work from them anyway. But let's have a look at the Bulldogs tries. So what we have here is Renouf, Tony, Cole Flanagan, and Tui Pelotu Katoa. And let's have a look at the Cowboys tries anyway. So what we have here is Cole Felt, Reece Robson, Ben Condon, Jake Granville, and Mitchell Dunn. And my player of the game went to number 1 from the Cowboys, Valentine Holmes. I think he had a wonderful game. I know that some fans out there that he probably thinks that he doesn't really put in an effort, but I just think he did in that game to make it a really good effort by the club and obviously him. But yeah, well done from the Cowboys for making a really good win against the Bulldogs. And I just didn't think that the Cowboys, they were going to win in that match. But I just didn't think in this game that the Cowboys, they were going to get the job done against the Bulldogs. But they obviously did, only just anyway, 30 points to 18. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care, guys. Stay safe and have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 208 anyway, so let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.